the Cozy Rainbow Podcast time.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Cozy Rainbow Podcast. My name is Tammy, but my students know me as Miss Tammy.
My name is Joe, and I get the strangest feeling I've introduced myself to you before.
On today's episode of the Cozy Rainbow Podcast, we are talking about déjà vu, the strange feeling that you may have done this before. You may have felt this before. Let's get started with some trivia questions, starting with number one. And for anybody who hasn't listened before, we don't give the correct answers until the end of the episode. So, number one, Joe, what age group is most likely to experience déjà vu? I'll give you multiple choice.
Yeah.
Is it A, 15 to 25-year-olds, B, 25 to 35-year-olds, C, 35 to 45-year-olds, or D, 45 to 55-year-olds?
I'm going to say 45 to 55-year-olds, because if you're that old, surely you've already done a lot of stuff before.
Right, you'd have more things to be like, I've done this before. The younger you are, the less experiences you have.
Yeah.
So that's a good guess, Joe. Okay, number two. What does the French term déjà vu mean? Does it mean A, already dreamed, B, false vision, C, false dream, or D, already seen?
I know, well, I don't know French,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure neither déjà nor vu are the word false.
False, okay.
And I do remember déjà vu having something to do with dreaming,
Okay.
so I'm going to go with the first one.
Already dreamed, okay. And the last trivia question, number three, is a true or false. True or false, people who are stressed and tired are more likely to experience déjà vu.
Yeah, sure, that's true. Why not?
Sure, that's true. Okay, we are going to reveal the answers to these trivia questions and even more about the mysterious phenomena of déjà vu right after a quick break. Okay, the déjà vu adventures. Here we go. So it's kind of a mystery. Have you ever, Joe, have you ever found yourself in a moment where everything seems kind of familiar?
What, in what regard? What, like?
What does it, déjà vu, does it feel like a dream to you?
Yeah, I suppose you could call it that, yeah.
Do you find it to be like worrisome? Do you ever get freaked out by your déjà vu? Like you're ever like, what's going on? No?
Not really, no.
You don't ever feel like you're drifting into a time loop or stuck in the Matrix?
No, it happens sometimes,
No.
and then it stops happening, right?
Déjà vu?
Yeah.
Does it ever stop happening?
Yeah, it happens for like a moment, and then it's gone.
Yeah, but it'll happen many times throughout your life.
Yeah. So what's there to be panicked about?
I mean, I don't really panic either, but apparently some people find it to be like a little bit alarming. You know, like they think it's some kind of conspiracy.
I mean, yeah, I suppose I could see that.
Yeah. So today we're going to be going through maybe like some of those conspiracies and then the actual reason why we get déjà vu.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So déjà vu. Déjà vu is a magical, inexplicable moment in your mind when your brain sends you a little signal that says, hey, this seems familiar. I think I've been here before. You know, like you step into a room and you feel like you've been there before. You feel like you've seen it before. You feel like maybe even that you've met somebody before, perhaps in a past life. No?
How old is this person you're meeting then?
I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, the term déjà vu in French means already seen.
I see.
So, yeah, when you're thinking of something like, have I seen this before? Déjà vu means already seen in French. Déjà vu is that feeling when you step in a room or you go to chat with some friends or you do something and all of a sudden it's like you've lived that exact moment before. It's just like a little quick flicker in your mind, and some might even call it a secret handshake between the past and the present self.
What? I don't know. That's a weird metaphor.
That's
I don't
a weird
get
metaphor. You don't get it? A secret handshake? Well, I guess it doesn't have to be a secret.
it. It's just kind of a weird metaphor to make about this, I think.
Well, it actually has nothing to do with your past self. It only has to do with your current self. So I'm going to tell you the real reason why deja vu happens.
Oh boy.
So deja vu, according to neuroscientists, it's super healthy, super normal. You shouldn't find it confusing or scary because, well, I'm going to go through just a few scenarios where your brain is going to end up having that confused deja vu feeling. So first one, we'll call it a memory mix-up. So your brain holds a lot of your memories. And sometimes when you're going to recall a memory, you go to think back about a memory and it just gets mixed up with some other things. And you might feel like you've done something before, even if you haven't. So it's like a problem with memory recognition or going back into your memories. Second, we'll call this one a brain blip. So it's kind of like if you imagine your brain is a computer and it has a lot of different tabs open. When you're switching back and forth between your brain tabs, you can make like a little bit of a mistake and it will give you that deja vu feeling.
Huh.
That's it, just huh?
Yeah, that's a good metaphor this time.
Oh, you think that one's a good metaphor?
Yeah.
Great, glad you think so. Okay, so here we go, number 3. This is having to do with your attention span. So, imagine you're watching your favorite TV show, and then you look away, and you come back, and you realize, you kind of weren't really paying attention exactly to like what went on in the show. But in the back of your brain, you were kind of paying attention to what was going on in the show. And so it seems like, oh my God, I think I've seen this before, even though you haven't. It's just because you weren't paying attention for a second. So it's like your brain saying, hey, did you catch that? And there's no need to worry, Joe, even though you were never worried in the first place. Because it's all part of the deja vu fun.
Fun?
Fun?
Sure, I guess. I mean,
well, here's the fun of it.
Oh, okay.
And you know what? You might not be the best person to be talking to about deja vu because you are a pretty practical guy. So no, you're never going to think anything like conspiratories going on with deja vu. Some people will think like that it really means something or it'll inspire a whole movie plot like the movie The Matrix. Have you ever seen it?
That's about deja vu.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Whoa. Well, yeah. So most people, well, I shouldn't say most people, but there's a good amount of people. There's this movie called The Matrix. It came out in 1999, and it's about artificial intelligence taking over. I think we need to do a whole different episode about artificial intelligence.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't associate The Matrix with like AI taking over, right? It's like they never call it like AI. It's always the machines and stuff. Like AI taking over is like Terminator. But like The Matrix was like there's not really a difference between the two, but like I've partitioned them off in my head as like, oh, Terminator's about AI and The Matrix is about robots, and I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, it's just you. So,
Yeah.
So you have seen The Matrix.
Yeah.
Do you recall deja vu being mentioned in The Matrix?
Dude, Morpheus says a lot of stuff.
What?
Morpheus, the man with the glasses.
Doo-dee-doo.
He's like, red pill, blue pill, right? He's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he says he does a lot of philosophical musings.
I have a confession to make. I haven't seen The Matrix, but
oh wow,
I did do some. Listen, I just did research on it because I was interested in deja vu.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when they think of deja vu, it's about The Matrix because so in The Matrix, and this is like kind of like it goes to say like some people make like conspiracy theories in their head, like we talked about, like the Mandela effect. That was another one where I couldn't really fool you. I'm like, ooh, the Mandela effect, but you're like, no, that's not real, Tammy. I'm like, ooh, spooky, deja vu, and you're like, no, it's not, Tammy. It's totally normal. Okay, but some people are like, ooh, deja vu's mystical, magical. Deja vu is referred to as a glitch in the Matrix. So in the movie alleges that the experience of deja vu indicates a glitch in the matrix. I don't know about you. I don't want any glitches in my matrix.
I don't know. Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like a neat little weekend experience, right?
Well, luckily, Joe, we aren't in a famous fiction movie, and our brain blips are just little hiccups and not an actual takeover, crazy glitch in the matrix. It doesn't actually. Well, you know what? If you want to have a different belief about what deja vu is, then sure. Like sometimes I like to think if I have a moment of deja vu that it was from a past life, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess.
You guess. What do you think about deja vu? What do you think it is?
Neurobiology. I don't know what you expected me to say, but I mean...
Neurobiology, nothing mystical or magical. Okay, so...
Hey, come on. You don't even care about biology. You couldn't find biology mystical or magical if you tried to.
No, I
But
couldn't.
it is.
Even though it is the science of life.
It is.
Yeah, maybe you should do an episode about biology then. You know, it's really important for kids to be exposed. Kids, if you're listening. Just kidding. I know
Kids, if you're listening, please expose yourself to biology.
Please expose yourself. Well, no.
And other sciences, really.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I think it's like if kids aren't exposed to science before like 5th grade or maybe 8th grade, I can't remember, but they need to be exposed. Expose them young because otherwise they're not going to be interested in science. Otherwise, like I don't really think that I had those great science experiences at a young age, so I'm not a well, I shouldn't say I'm not a scientist, but
anyone can employ the scientific method. You don't got to be a scientist to do
exactly.
that.
Exactly. But did I study enology? Did I study biology? No. Okay, anyway, back to the Matrix. Well, deja vu, I guess. So, what? I almost said neuroscientologist. So, a scientist is different than a Scientologist.
Neurologist.
What? Neuroscientist.
Neuroscientist. There's
doctor.
like 5 different words for this.
Or neurologist. Yeah, whatever. Okay, Dr. Akira O'Connor tells us that deja vu is not a computer glitch, and it's not AI or...
Well, strictly speaking, if you think of the brain as a computer, then maybe it is a computer glitch.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Joe challenging the statement of a neuroscientist.
Well, no, not
no,
really.
I'm just kidding. I don't. That's not what she said. She just said that it's nothing to worry about. It's not a sign of like an unhealthy brain. It's normal, and it's just a little trick that your brain is playing on you. And there's no need to worry about any computer conspiracies in the Matrix because it's just the regular old human brain and some of those reasons that I gave you, like too many memories, too many tabs open, or I think the third scenario that I mentioned, the attention alert when you're watching a show and then you look away, or like when you're reading a book and then you kind of like zone out for a minute even though you were still reading. That is the moment I think when I reflect back on my own life experiences, that's when I get deja vu, I think.
I mean, well, that's you as a TV watcher and book reader.
What? Yeah. Well, yeah, that's just me. That's just my own experience, Joe.
Well, yeah. So if you're not a TV watcher or book reader, maybe you recognize one of the other ones a little more.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, do you relate to any of those or no?
I am also a TV watcher and book reader.
Oh, so that same thing happens to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it just getting mixed up with my regular old memories anyway. So, yeah. Yes, neuroscientists say that deja vu, that experience is maybe a way of the brain double checking memories and
your brain proofreading its essay about your day.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think, yeah. And it's proofreading. It's fixing any mistakes. The frontal lobe has to do with memories, I do believe.
Frontal lobe has to do with everything, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. You know what? I did try to look up like which part of the brain it really is, but obviously they all work together because it's the brain. So yeah. Fixing any false memories, that's what we suspect, what scientists are currently thinking deja vu is. Okay. So, fun fact. Who experiences deja vu the most? Actually, you were wrong. Young people that are aged 15 to 25 experience the most déjà vu. And this is puzzling to scientists because of what you said. You would think that when you get older, your memory trouble is going to get worse, but it's not. Or that's not true.
Not,
I mean,
not
it
in the
is
way you think it's going to.
Yeah,
No, in the way you think it's going to, not in this way.
Yes.
You're not forgetting things, you're remembering fake things.
Spooky. So most people have their very first déjà vu moment before the tender age of 10. So if you're 10 years or older, it's likely that you have had déjà vu before.
I feel like that's right. I feel like I think the first time I really recognized it was in like second grade.
What, really?
Yeah.
I super don't remember ever, like...
Oh.
I can't... How do you remember that far back?
I don't know.
Is that just a guess?
It just worked. I just have... No, I know this. I know.
You know for a fact.
I remember it from second grade. I remember...
You remember déjà vu?
Well, the shapes with the hexagon and the triangle and the parallelogram, like that stuff.
Yeah.
It was that.
That gave you déjà vu.
It was during that, yeah.
Oh.
Don't ask me how I remember this stuff.
I don't know. Well, yeah, sometimes things just stick out like that. Interesting. Tangrams, that's what those things are called.
Ah, okay.
Tangrams. Okay. Leave a comment if you love tangrams. Just kidding.
Leave a comment if you get déjà vu from tangrams like me.
So yeah, after the age of 10, before you're likely to have your experience of déjà vu before the age of 10. And yeah, it takes it. The first time you have déjà vu, you're not going to like think that it's déjà vu. You're just going to be like, oh, I think I really did do that. I've done this before or something like that. But it's just a weird, slightly confusing feeling. So Joe, if you remember having déjà vu in second grade, do you remember, like, did you feel certain that you had done it before? Or were you like, huh?
I mean, well, yeah, tangrams are a pretty common little, I don't know, plaything at, that age and that sort of classroom thing, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it's perfectly reasonable that I would have done something similar to whatever it was that I was doing at the time and remembered it or misremembered it as déjà vu or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, after the age of 25, the number of déjà vu moments that you have will fall.
That's right, Tammy, you've peaked.
I've peaked in my déjà vu.
Yeah.
In my déjà vu.
It's all boring, regular memories.
Boring, regular, organized memories with no confusion. Although I'm the type of person that takes déjà vu as, like I said, a past life thing.
I was going to say, your past life is pretty short, wasn't it?
Now I'm just going to feel like I'm like less in touch with my past selves, my past avatars. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Anyway, okay. After you're 25, number of déjà vu times your déjà vu moments is lower. And it's because when you grow older, you're better at ignoring those little, like, I think your brain just gets better at, like, realizing.
As it should.
Yeah. Your brain becomes better at ignoring those signals that are a little bit off, and you don't have to fall for all the little blips. So actually, I'm still on my way to peak brain health age. That's what I would like to know.
Yeah, peak brain health age. And yeah.
Yes. Okay, so if you're tired or stressed, there's one study that found... Oh, excuse me. No. There's only one study that found people with higher levels of education will experience more déjà vu.
Well, that's a strange...
I know, it's a strange conclusion. I think it's only one study, right? So...
It's only one study, but, this is the brave first steps in the field of
brain neuroscience.
Déjà vu in different levels of education people.
Well, I would also think that the more you know, the more you can fakely remember something because the more things you know about.
Well, at the same time, that doesn't work when you get old, right?
Exactly. Well, your hypothesis is wrong. So I don't know about the getting older thing. More memory.
Like I said, brave new frontier of neurobiology.
Dun dun dun.
Go.
That's like my new sound today. Okay, what?
Yeah, it was Brave New Frontier of Neurobiology. Go figure out why.
Yeah, listener, maybe you are the next neurobiologist.
If you want to go into neurobiology, leave a comment and tell us why.
Honestly, yeah. Well, I think who wouldn't think that's interesting? I think I would. Well, no, I would think neuroscience would be interesting. The neurobiology, even though that inherently has to do with humans, like I just was never impressed by biology. Anyway, okay. So if you're a person, back to déjà vu, if you're a person who's tired or stressed, you are more likely to experience déjà vu. And on average, healthy people can experience déjà vu twice a year. Now, does that mean if you have déjà vu 3 times a year, you should be alarmed?
Does it mean if you have déjà vu 1 time a year, you should be alarmed?
No, you're probably fine.
Yeah.
But, we're not doctors. So if you have a worry about that, you should go see a neuroscientist, somebody who studied neurobiology. Unlike me. Yeah. Is somebody like Joe.
I mean, I don't.
You're on your way.
Not to neurobiology. I'm in microbiology.
Oh, my bad. There's no microbiologies in the brain. Not bio.
There's no microbiota with nervous systems?
What's a microbiota?
You're
like, well,
you see, bio.
Micro means small. Bio means alive.
It's a small thing that's alive.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah. See?
Plural. Microbiota is plural.
Oh.
As opposed to the singular microbiotum, I think?
Oh.
I don't know. People don't use the singular very often, but...
They're hard to isolate.
No. Well, I mean, we have different words for when there's just one of them.
Different words for different scientific phenomena. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Good job.
Okay. So, in conclusion, everybody, don't be worried if you have déjà vu. Your brain is just showcasing its brilliance and guiding you through the delicate dance of reality and imagination. Keep your curious minds alive and thriving as you continue to unravel the wonders of the déjà vu world around you. Yeah, now we're going to go back over the trivia questions, Joe.
All right.
Do you feel like you've learned something?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You think so? You're not sure? What's one thing you've learned about déjà vu today?
I feel like you've asked that question to me before.
Today?
Maybe.
Oh, I get it. That was another joke.
Yeah, anyway.
It was a really good one. It was so good I forgot to laugh.
Well, for one, I learned that déjà vu doesn't actually have anything to do with dreaming.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay, trivia questions.
Yeah.
What age group is most likely to experience déjà vu?
15 to 25.
Very good. What does the French term déjà vu mean?
Do
you need the multiple choice?
It was... Again?
Huh?
Again?
No.
Dang it. Okay.
It did start with an A. It did start with an A.
Read them off again.
Oh. Okay. We have A, already dreamed. B, false vision. C, false dream. Or D, already seen.
D, already seen.
Yes, good. Because before you said already dreamed. But it has nothing to do with dreams, as you just said.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, and number 3, you got it right last time. True or false? People who are stressed and tired are more likely to experience déjà vu.
True.
Yes, good job. All right, everybody. If you're interested, and if you're a teacher listening to this episode and you would like, or well, honestly, anybody, if you would like a kind of transcript of the episode, you can please visit our website, www.cozyrainbow.org. There's an episode transcript. We have fill in the blank listening guides and other listening comprehension activities on Teachers Pay Teachers. You can also follow us on Instagram at CozyRainbowNV. You can send us an email, maybe tell us a fun story of a time that you experienced déjà vu. We might read it on the air. I might have Joe read it for you. He can be theatrical sometimes. So yeah, if you want to email us, that's cozyrainbownv@gmail.com. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.